What is up, everybody? This is Dev from War Tribe, and we got state of the program. I didn't feel like making a weekly reaction. I think it's more important. Just I don't know. Just state of the program, like state of the fans, state of the culture. Just trying to get our frustrations out and about this team and how historically awful this team has been performing and how historically bad we are and everything about this team is historically bad. Um, Players, coaching, staff, whatever you want to say, it's historically bad. Um, I didn't know how I was gonna start this video, but yeah, let's just get right into it. So I pulled up Twitter, see what everybody was talking about on good old Twitter. Let's just see. I bookmarked these because I thought they were important. Kelvin Hunt on Twitter says, What Mike Norvell does this offseason will determine his fate, obviously. However, there is one major difference between this current team and what he took over. This one-win team still plays hard, especially on defense, and doesn't absolutely quit when adversity hits. I can agree with him on that. Mike said in his presser on Monday, that December is gonna be a just look out for December. I'm gonna paraphrase it because I can't quite remember it. Yeah, you need to get rid of some coaches. This is unacceptable. But Kelvin said there's one major difference between this current team and what he took over. What he took over, 2020, competent offense. I mean, the offense was all right. It wasn't the best offense you've seen of all time. Defense wasn't the best, right? This year, he took over in 2020, 2019, something like that. The difference between when he took over and now is that now you got all these talented guys, these 4 or 5 stars, transfers from Alabama and Georgia, and 2019, 2020 Florida State looks a lot better than 2024. So is it a cultural problem? Is it a staff problem? Or is it the players? I agree with Kelvin here. This offseason will determine his fate. Absolutely. Because if you don't fire anybody and you just keep the same people, you're gone. You're fired. You're done. And I like Mike as a coach. He does everything the right way. But I get loyalty is like a big thing for everybody at Florida State. But when you go 1-7, sorry for shaking. But when you go 1-7 after a 13-1 season, is historical. Historical. Bad in every stat. The worst, dead last, rushing, passing, scoring, last. Horrible. Kelvin, once again, notice how these guys still pull for one another. That was a major part of their success at Florida State. And this is after Jaron Jones picked somebody off and Jared was supporting him. Yeah, you don't see that at this year's Florida State football team at all. Is it a cultural problem? Is it a player problem? On the field, you see no leaders. You don't see others supporting each other. I get it. You're 1-7, so who cares, right? But still, Shaheem Brown, you don't hear him say anything. Jeremiah Byard, the whole offensive line, nothing. Defense, you should have some leaders because you're obviously the better side of the football. You don't got any. You thought, Patrick Payne, your best player, coming back would, he has some fire, you thought he could be a leader, but obviously not. Leading the team has stolen NIL because he hasn't done anything. Just like that. That's why I bookmarked Kelvin's tweet, because you don't see this stuff. You don't. Jared Verse, Jaron, all the guys last year that are in the NFL now were leaders. They were in the system 2, 3, some 4 or 5 years. They believed in Mike. Mike believed in them. They did everything for the program. They gave it their all. And then look what we got now. There's no chemistry. There's no accountability. There's nothing with this team. This 2024 team. There's nothing. That's why they're 1-7, along with other big problems here. Next from War Chant, I know that's not everybody's favorite source right now. I'm still gonna listen to him, whatever. This is the most in-depth I've known about Florida State because of War Chant. Let's say War Chant. Atkins states the main reason for the young lineman not playing is body development. He brings up Rob Scott having to play early and it negatively affected his body and ability to play later on in his career. Alex, he might be right. Because what do I know about coaching offensive linemen? But every time you step on that podium when you give your presser, I just laugh. I go, look at this idiot. Look at this moron. He looks like he doesn't even belong here. Every time. I think some of it, this is just me, because remember, I don't know anything about offensive linemen. I'm just your casual fan. I'm not saying that to be sarcastic at all. But isn't that your job to develop players? Isn't that your job to develop these offensive linemen? Didn't you develop these 5th, 6th year seniors and they're still holding offside? I mean, not offsiding, Jesus. False starting, holding, can barely snap the ball. Like, I love Robert Scott. I've always been a fan of him, but it's time for him to go. He's never been healthy. Never been healthy. So he's not going to play well. He's not healthy. But once again, I don't know anything about coaching offensive linemen. I don't really dig deep into offensive linemen. I just know when 5 people or the majority of your offensive linemen can't block, who that falls on. And that's you, Alex. Link's Jarrett Burner says, some of these NIL divas are going to be so bummed when their names aren't called during the NFL draft. Patrick Payton. Sorry. Patrick Payton. Seriously. What have you done? What have you done? I'm not going to throw up your little celebration. Because seriously, you have done absolutely nothing. Last year you did something because you had help with, Braden Fisk, Jared Verse. You give half-ass effort every other play. You're not there. You're not involved. You look like you don't care. Some plays, they have you back in coverage. I don't know why. Why are defensive ends fucking playing coverage? Why? You're getting paid to sack the quarterback, be disruptive. You have not done that. What, maybe Cal, you did it? I don't even remember. Because you're just irrelevant. You've been irrelevant all year. You haven't done nothing. Simple. Adam Fuller says Earl Little Jr. reminds him of Jamie Robinson, who also started as a nickel when he came to Florida State. I think they reposted this like a long time ago. But shit, Jamie Robinson was making plays. 2022, that's all I remember. Because that's when I was watching like late 21, 22. That's when I started like rewatching because I didn't watch a single game when Willie was here. Yeah, that's when I didn't care that Florida State lost like every game. Like I didn't care. I didn't tune in. I mean, Earl Little was like the only one laying hits on Miami. I think Adam has to go too. I think it's insane that your defense looks so awful sometimes. It is astonishing. Last year against Boston College, I get that everybody was sick, but that was awful. Defense didn't know what the fuck they were doing. The bend don't break BS. It's not. I don't get it. You can't even get a 3 and out anymore. Why can't you get off the field? Why can't you get off the field? When was the last time we got a 3 and out? Let me ask you that. When was the last time we got a 3 and out? I didn't even realize that Miami scored 6 of their last 7 drives. And I also didn't realize that Florida State had the ball 3 times in the first half. Why? What is going on? Keep in mind, I didn't even watch the first half. I was out doing stuff. I didn't even realize. I didn't even know that they had the ball 3 times in the first half. That is insane. Georgia Tech, you only had the ball 7 times the whole game. How are you gonna win? How can you beat teams when you only get the ball 3 times? It's astonishing. Go Knowles at Watson _Rand, Rond, whatever. Hey y'all, we 1-7. No one has been fired. LOL. Seriously. You should be at least fired some couple people. Dugans, which I'll talk about him later. I mean, the obvious is Randy Shannon. I mean, really, like, we're losing recruits to Arkansas? Arkansas. Arkansas. You haven't produced any linebackers. You got lucky with Deloach and Bethune. But outside those two, who you produced? Amari Gaynor, I love him. He transferred to North Carolina. But who else? Link Jared's burner again. Pat Payne could be such a star if he even cared just a little bit. See, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Half-assed effort. Doesn't look like he gives a shit. When we're still putting him out there. He's still out there on the field. Why? Why? He hasn't done a single thing this year. A single thing. Still throwing him out there. Half-assed effort. I don't get it. How does this help the team? How does this help the program? How does it help recruits in the future? We're throwing a guy who just doesn't even care anymore. He just got paid. held the program for hostage when you wanted more money, and look, it hasn't done anything. What are we doing? Cultural problem, player problem. He would be a star, that's for sure. 2022, he was upcoming, he was rising. I noticed him in the Syracuse game. He was making plays left and right. Last year, making plays left and right. This year, where has he gone? Next up, Nate Greer, 26. It's October 27th, so of this recording yesterday. No wide receivers commits left. Please fire Dugans now. You have no receivers commits. You only got a tight end commit. You have 0 playmaking commits. 0. Well, you had like 3 5-stars receivers or something, or 4 stars, and they're all gone. Why? Because you're 1-7, and you produce no receivers. You're not producing any receivers. Your receivers that are in NFL transfers: Johnny Wilson, Keon Coleman, Micah Pittman, he was a transfer. Malik McClain, he transferred out. Guys you brought in, Hakeem Williams. What is he doing? I don't know. He is acting like he never played football before. Kentron, I don't know if he brought him in, but I'm assuming he did. Look, you can't catch a ball. Williamson can't catch a ball. Who else? I'm sure I'm missing somebody because they've been irrelevant. He's not bringing anybody. He's not developing anybody. We are Florida State, for God's sake. I get it. He's it's a part in the many good teams back in the day. I get it. But come on, you're not developing anybody. The standard should be up here. We're fucking underneath the ground, 6 feet. Just like, we're Florida State, for Christ's sake. We need to be getting play. We should be like the Ohio State, the Southern Ohio State. But we can't develop anybody. So what are we doing? Why does he still have a job? Why can't we get guys that just like make plays? Guys that can recruit? Like, why is it so hard? Why? You should have been easy after a 13-0 season, 10-3 season. Should have been easy. But nope. Now, I shouldn't say easy, but you should have been getting more and more and more and more. But now we got no one to throw to next year. No recruits. No high school guys. And the young guys you got now, Elijah Moore, Loway McCoy, Hakeem. Hakeem's like the only one that's on the field. The rest is not. Richie Barnes, co-host of the Double Fries No Slaw. Great point. This is what I said in my last video. He says, we are all frustrated, but if you want this thing turned around, please keep giving to the booster and battles in if you can. Told you. New state of college football. New era of college football. You want your team to be good? Donate. You want coaches fired? Donate. Want better players? Donate. That's all you can say. But you also can say, well, yeah, this team was $12 million and we're 1-7. I can't agree with you there. Don't stop donating because your team's going to get worse. Your team's only going to get worse. That's all I'm going to say. Big No 936. Mike, with all due respect, shut the fuck up. LOL. Dustin Lewis said, Mike Norvell on Monday morning. This is going to be a critical offseason for us. Come December, we have a plan. # Knowles. That's what I was saying earlier when I paraphrased it. I just forgot. Um, yeah, it's very critical. What he does in the off season determines if he's gonna stay or not. Simple. You need, dude. You need to get recruiters. You're in a rich state full of recruiters. Recruits. You shouldn't be losing battles to sure, Miami can throw a number out there and they'll get you. But Florida, we can't be losing battles to Florida. What has Florida and Miami done? Like this is my problem here. Last year you could have said, yeah, we went 13-0. We beat Florida with our backup. We beat Miami. Let's see. What did Miami do against Georgia Tech? They wanted to keep running the ball. Dude fumbled, and we lost the game. Could have said that. We beat Miami for what? 2021, 2022, 2023. Oh, beat them three years in a row. Florida, you could have went. Oh, we won. Let's see. 2022, 2023. Let's see. 2 years in a row we beat Florida. Would have been 3 in 2021, but just stupidity. What has Florida done in the last 5 years? What has Miami done in the last 5 years? What has Florida State done in the last 5 years? Look at how we're going. Look how they're going. Nope, none of that. Like, guys. You get it? Like, you're not going to outbid Georgia. You're not going to outbattle Georgia and Ohio State. It would have been nice if you got Jeremiah Smith. But the guys you lost to Miami and Florida, like, I understand Miami because they're just going to be throwing numbers at you. Armando. Didn't we try to get Ruben Bain? I think we did. I'm not for sure. Miami, they got all the money in the world. That's the only reason how they're going to be good. Look at this year. But still, you can't. That's where I get irritated, because you did good, did a lot better than your rivals, and you still can't get guys to come. Still can't. Henry, Seminole 4 Live 22, said some members of the staff have been informed they will be fired after they coach 4 more games. I like this picture, because it's, yeah, right. Believe it when we see it. That's what it's given. Another thing from War Chant, Atkins states that he hasn't seen a change in work ethic from the team this season. This should say it right here. Let me read it again. Atkins states that he hasn't seen a change in work ethic from the team this season. Work ethic hasn't changed. 1-7, still hasn't changed. Do you see our problem? 1-7. Work ethic hasn't changed. Remember, I don't get paid thousands, and, well, in this case, I don't get paid $1 million to figure the problems out. They do. Now here comes the depressing side of this video, because these are all former players. Saying how they feel about the season. First and foremost, my favorite player when I was growing up as a kid, Greg Reed. What a legacy. I loved him as a kid growing up, watching him. Just, laying the boom on motherfuckers. This is what we need on defense. Guys that are going to hit somebody. Greg Reed. Did he come? I think he came before LaMarcus. Yeah, he came before LaMarcus Joyner. God, that defense back in the day when I was growing up was. But Greg Reed said 1-7, just don't sit well with me. Former player, former legacy player, meaning he left a legacy behind. 1-7. And some players on the field look like they don't give a shit that they're 1-7 as long as they're getting paid. I don't get paid. Just because of this season, that's why I have this channel. How bad this season is because of this channel. I was so upset I created this channel. If this team was like undefeated or had like 1 or 2 losses, this channel wouldn't exist, but it does. And that's one thing that came good out of this season was me doing this. Antonio Cromartie. Oh, how the tables have turned in just one season. I hate it, but I love it also. Now, what are we going to do about it? Either you're going to compete or you're going to get left behind. Coaching and development is important, but the most important thing is accountability. Like I was saying earlier, there's no development, there's no accountability with this team. So how are you going to get better? You got players giving half-assed effort and they're still on the field. They're still on the team. I get they're getting paid, but there needs to be like some kind of clause in here saying there needs to be like a performance-based thing. Seriously. There's no accountability from the players. There's no leadership. That's first of all, that starts with leadership. So Mike Norvell, the coaches, the staff, the seniors, or just the leaders on the field, the all 22, the leaders there. But like I said earlier, there's no leaders on this team, not one. Players don't hold each other accountable. Leaders not holding the team accountable. Players not taking accountability for themselves. Patrick Hayden, what do you think you're doing to your draft stock? It's going lower. You're not getting. The whole point of you coming back was to raise your stock level, but you're not doing anything. So, know what your stock's doing? Hey, it's whatever. I mean, you're the one who's ruining your career, your money. I'm just a guy that sits at his desk in his 2-bedroom apartment just talking about how sorry you are as a player. I don't get paid. I don't have to get paid. I would love to get paid. Let's get that straight. I would love to get paid, but I don't. My pride for this team, my love for this team, this program, this university as a whole is better than what you care, what you give on the field every Saturday. You don't care. I see it. You look like you don't care. We all do. And Mike obviously keeps throwing you out there. Papuchis keep throwing you out there. Adam Fuller keeps putting you out there. It's whatever, Patrick. Freddie Stevenson, fullback. I remember him. He caught the last touchdown pass in that Louisville game, 2014. He says here, serious question. If we didn't get the best recruits / transfers after a successful season, what can we do to get top players to come after the season and help us fill these holes that we have as a team? Money. Great question. Money. That's what I was saying. You don't get guys that can recruit these guys, these players. And guess what? What you gotta do? Well, this season, you have to go to the damn portal again. Hard to the portal. You got to throw money at them. That's what I was saying. If you get some of the elite recruiters, you don't have to throw as much money. Look at what Mario's doing. Look at Napier. Sure, they're throwing money, but they're still getting some of the top guys to go to the program. Why can't we recruit? The most damning thing is that we couldn't recruit anybody after a 13-0 season, 13-1 season. Why couldn't we recruit after that? That should have been a red flag right there. You couldn't get nobody to come after a 13-0 season? How do you get the top guys to come? Well, we can barely get some top guys to come. But you have to throw money at them. You're going to pay more than the Ohio States and the Georgias, the Alabamas, the Texas. Gotta throw money. Got to throw money. That's what I was saying. You gotta donate. You got to donate. Sorry, that's as blunt as I can put it. That's the era of college football right now. You gotta throw money. You got to. If you want to succeed, you got to. I'm gonna go to this one right here and then that one because it makes sense. I think the problem with FSU from top to bottom is that we've gotten used to being average after all the down years of the program. We are FSU and we always will be. That should be the mindset. We gotta start moving like it. 10-2 is not okay. 8-4 is not okay, of course. Let's see. Of course, you will not win it all every year, but that should be the goal. The standard is the standard. And then this one says the standard is the standard. Golden Knowles. Okay, so I think a 10-2 year is a damn good year. In this era of college football, I get like the 90s to 2000s before this. That's horrible. Well, not horrible, but you know, you're not trying to win a championship. I get that. But 10-2 is okay in this era. 8-4 is all right. I get the standard is so damn high. But 10-2 is okay. I'll take a damn 10-2 every single day of the week. As long as we're not 1-7, I'll take it. 8-4, I'll take it. Like I said, it's the Florida State standard. You have to win, like in all right years, 8 wins at least. 9 is okay. 10 is great. 11's awesome. You know, last year was amazing. The standard's the standard. You got to hold a standard. Once again, Freddie Stevenson. This is the worst FSU football that I've ever seen during my lifetime. The wildest part is that it comes after going on a crazy run. You should never have a huge drop-off like this. I agree. But yet, here we are. Here we are. I'm sure if you're like 50 and older and you're watching me, I don't know how, I don't know why, you can say the 1975 team was the worst. No, this is the worst team of all time. Like I said, this is the worst team of all time. This is the worst team of all time. I started saying this after the SMU game, I think. This is the worst team of all time. Like, this is the first for me. I'm 21 years old. So I'm like still young. I don't remember like the early 2000s or whatever, you know, the lost decade, everybody says. I don't remember any of that. Only thing I remember is the Willie years was horrible. The end of Jimbo was horrible. This is by far worse. By far. Like I said earlier in the video, this team is historically bad in every aspect. Every aspect. Every aspect. Former players are coming out. What's that guy's name? Wyatt Rector. That's his name. I love him because he put the team on blast since the first game. Dude, look. LT is playing really good right now. LT, my guy, let's go. Like, the culture that Mike had when Jordan was around and Jerry Verse, all those guys, perfect. Perfect. When during the Oklahoma game, the guy went down with a broken leg or whatever, something. Everybody ran on the field. If I have that picture, I'll throw up on the screen. I saved that picture. I saved that picture because I was like, this is why I knew Mike was the guy. This is why I knew it. This is when I started to believe that culture was there. Everybody on that field ran out there. Everybody on that field ran out there. Everybody. I knew that culture was set. Now there is no culture. Culture is toxic. Win or lose, I always take FSU over everybody. There's a difference between knowing the standard and giving up on the team. I'll never give up, but I know the standard which needs to be met. See? Standard. There's a standard here at Florida State. And these players obviously don't know what they're doing. Obviously the staff doesn't know what they're doing either. Because we're bringing guys in that sit on the bench at Alabama and hasn't proven anything. I mean, what are we doing? What are we doing here? See, right here, it comes down to accountability. No leader is stepping up and saying this isn't acceptable. None. There's no leaders. None. No staff is being a leader. See, we are paying these players too much money to be playing like this. This is Boston College. Insane. I'm gonna try to keep it short. I'm sure it's not short, but this is the state of the program, and this is a picture because Florida State is forever for me. Florida State is for you. Yeah, it sucks because this is not what I've grown up on, what you guys have grown up on, what you've seen from this program. It's unacceptable, and I'll know Mike's going to turn it around. And this is the state of the program, the state of the fan, where we're feeling empty. Today at work, I just felt empty because of this team. This team has took my soul and just ripped it out of my body. Just whatever. I'm just walking around, just soulless. Like, it's unacceptable. It's not Florida State. Like I said, stay the program. Thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe. Share. This is Dev from More Tribe. Peace out.